Hi guys, this is GSMDome.com and I'm here with the iPhone 4S, the last iPhone launched during Steve Jobs' lifetime. Let's see the design first. As you can see, it's exactly like the one of the iPhone 4. Very rectangular, very glossy, and I guess I have to tweak this brightness a bit before going forward. Okay, this model runs iOS 5. It comes with the classic 3.5 inch display that you already know, the Retina display, with a resolution over 960 over 640 pixels. That amounts to 326 ppi, which is very cool. And now you can see here the iOS 5 that everyone's been waiting for. Of course, there's Siri. The design includes the classic home button at the bottom, above the camera at the front for video call purposes, a speaker here. At the top we have the audio jack, on-off button. On the right side we have the SIM slot, the micro SIM slot. At the back we have the 8 megapixel camera with LED flash, logo. And at the bottom we have the connector, the 30-pin connector, the microphone and the speaker. And finally, on the left side, we have the silencer button for the mute or the loud volume, plus the volume buttons. Okay, now let's see what we have here. What has changed from the iPhone 4, you might wonder. For starters, the 8 megapixel camera, that's certainly an improvement over the 5 megapixel camera on the previous device. Also, iOS 5 is an improvement, but you can get that on the iPhone 4 also, so not much of a big deal. Inside things are pretty different, in case you're wondering. Everything seems to move more fluid because of the dual-core Apple A5 CPU. It's an 800 MHz CPU, but it works just fine. This iPhone 4S comes with 512 MB of RAM, but it uses every bit of them. Its internal memory is either 16 GB, 32 or 64, so the 64 is a welcome novelty. Other than that, we get Bluetooth 4.0, Wi-Fi, 8 GPS, GLONASS, digital compass, and other stuff like that. The device is 9.3 mm thick, it weighs 140 grams, it's a world phone, so it's got GSM and CDMA. As I said, Retina display with a 800/1 contrast ratio, and a pretty loud speaker if you ask me. So let's listen to some music. A pretty loud speaker, as I said. Okay, enough about that. Let's also see some video. Let's try to look up something HD. The Immortals. It could prove to be a great picture. It's got Mickey Rourke. We're going to see HD video thanks to the YouTube app. Let's try this full screen mode to better enjoy it.
I have plenty of women. I have. If any of you plots the affairs of mankind, the punishment will be severe.
Okay, so the graphics are stunning. We're also done with video. Of course, we got the classic phone calling area. Nothing big here. We got a calendar, as usual. We got a messaging area with the classic display of messages. Also, we have the pictures. I've taken quite a bunch of them. And now let's see ones that I didn't take to see some zooming power. This is the zooming power. And now let's see those I've taken. Here they are. Pictures taken with this iPhone that actually look pretty cool. Indoors and outdoors. The colors are bright. Some say they're oversaturated. I guess we'll have to find out. The zoom is very good. And since I mentioned the camera, let's have a look at it. See what it can do with thanks to this Kinder thingy. Here we are. Looks pretty nice. You also got HDR option for this 8 megapixel camera. It also does 1080p capture at 30 frames per second, so it's welcome. In addition to this handset through iOS 5 is the notification area. You'll see here the emails you get, the phone calls and everything. Now it shows the weather and the stocks. You also got a memento section. Of course there's a clock, the notes area, and this is the virtual keyboard in case you're wondering. It's the same. We got the game center that was introduced a while ago. And it seems to be loading right now. Other than that, there's the newsstand that offers us a couple of interesting things like the New York Times, Elle magazine, other stuff like that. Most emailed articles, sorry. There's also the multitasking area, this one right here, and you hold one pressed, these little red bars, the red circles appear, you press them and you close the apps. Fairly simplistic. Of course, let's see Safari and let's try to load our website, GSMDome. GSMDome.com. We're connected to a Wi-Fi hotspot, and the Retina display should make this site very readable. Here we are with our unboxing. Very nice zooming, very nice scrolling, so the web experience is just fine. Okay, enough about that. Let's see what else we got for you here. Of course there's the weather, and the special guest of the day is Siri. Hello Siri.
Greetings.
Find me a taxi in San Francisco.
I found a number of cabs in San Francisco.
Here we are. Show me how to get to New York.
Here are directions to San Francisco.
At least it tried. Who was Bob Dylan?
Let me check that for you. Okay, here you
Misunderstood. Bob Dylan.
go. Sorry, I don't understand. Balbina.
Who was Bob Dylan?
Checking on that for you.
My
How
English
about a web
sucks
search for
really bad. Okay, let's stop this torture. Let's see what else we got. As I said, the notification area. We've also got Twitter integration, so if you have a picture like this, you can tweet it, as shown right here. And since I mentioned Twitter, let's first show you the Stocks app, then the utilitary section of contacts, calculator, good old compass, and then it's time for social networking via the new Facebook app with its news feed showing what's happening in the lives of your friends. Of course, you can also see the places nearby and where people went, where they checked in recently. That's a bit of a stalking, but aren't we all stalkers? Events, of course, and photos that people are posting, and my photos too. Notes. And now let's see a bit of Twitter with mentions, messages, search, trends and whatnot. Okay, what else? We also have Google Plus with its simple interface, with the stream of info. It seems to be really flying thanks to this CPU, this dual-core Apple A5 CPU. The device is really flying. Now let's try some Google Maps. It located me. Let's try the satellite view. Looks quite nice. Doesn't want to go landscape, but it's just fine. The level of zoom is actually pretty good. Other than that, I have installed some nifty apps here, like this one. The singer Bjork launched an app for her new album, Biophilia. It's sort of like a constellation, and it's a bit creepy, like Bjork. Here it is. You zoom into it, make various gestures, see the constellations, tap 1 to enter it. It's actually very creepy. Let's see what the dark matter is about. She created apps for all her plays, it seems, or her songs. Okay, let's stop this creepy app. We also got a special app for messages, for Facebook messages that is. So that rids you of the pain of having to use the messenger inside the app. Of course, don't you think that this notification bar looks a bit like the one from Android? Well, I do. Even Apple said something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Here's another interesting app with the battery usage, showing me how much juice I have left and what I can do with it. And of course there's a nifty Photoshop Express app. You select a photo, let's say this car, and you do all sorts of things with it. Let's say we want to change the soft focus. Let's work in landscape. Let's cancel that. Let's try to work on the tint. It's a very basic Photoshop, don't expect anything unusual. I've also got some effects, some trippy effects, rainbow, white glow. Okay, enough about Photoshop. It's time for a game or two. Let me start with this one, Brothers in Arms. It's an HD shooter, should look just great. And I'm close to drawing some conclusion on the iPhone 4S. It's much faster, the camera is very good. It's better than any device I have tested this year. So this one is a must buy. I don't see why you should buy it if you have an iPhone 4, honestly. But it's better than all the Android devices I have tested. And this is the shooter I was telling you about.
Great. It's all coming back, isn't it? Now, let's recover your gear.
This is sort of like a Nova game, but set in World War II or something. The controls are a pain. Especially this combination of screen and joystick. Can't wait to get my hands on some ammo. Okay, so we're drawing to a close. Let me let you know about the prices. $199 for the 16GB device, $299 or $399 for the 32 and 64GB devices. Overall, it's a very good handset. As I said, great camera. The CPU moves great. And if you don't have an iPhone, you should buy this one, since we never know when the iPhone 5 is coming and what it will bring. This was GSMDome.com, and this is the full review of the iPhone 4S. Bye bye.